In the dead of night, tensions in the Middle East escalate once again. This time, the focus sharpens on Iran and Israel, two nations caught in a perpetual standoff. Hello and welcome. Today, we dive deep into a situation that's been brewing for decades, recently ignited by a brazen attack on foreign soil. You're on the Geoland channel, and in this video, we'll explore the looming question: is Iran poised to retaliate against Israel? Just this month, an explosive incident unfolded as Israel launched a targeted assault on the Iranian embassy in Syria, a move that killed several high-ranking officials of Iran's Revolutionary Guard. This attack marks one of the most severe escalations in recent history between the two powers. But what comes next? Today, we analyze the stakes, the history, and the possible future of this conflict. We'll look at Iran's potential strategies, Israel's preparedness, and the international ramifications if these tensions boil over into outright war. As we unravel the complex web of this geopolitical crisis, I encourage you to think about the broader implications. What does this mean for global peace and security? Share your thoughts in the comments as we proceed. Let's start by setting the stage with a brief history of the Iranian-Israeli conflicts and understand why this latest incident could be a tipping point. The hidden history of Iran-Israel conflict. The story of Iran and Israel's conflict is not one of recent origin, but rather a complex tapestry woven through decades of geopolitical tension and proxy wars. To truly grasp the current situation, we must look back to the origins of this deep-seated enmity. Iran, an Islamic republic, and Israel, a predominantly Jewish state, have been ideological adversaries since the late 20th century. The conflict has often centered around religious and territorial disputes, with both nations exerting influence across the Middle East to expand their power and protect their interests. Throughout the years, this rivalry has manifested in various forms, from covert operations and cyber attacks to direct confrontations via proxy forces in countries like Syria and Lebanon. Most recently, the focus has shifted to Syria, a battleground where Iranian and Israeli interests collide with high stakes. Iran's support of the Assad regime and its strategic military positioning in Syria pose a direct threat to Israeli security, prompting Israel to conduct numerous airstrikes on Iranian targets within Syrian borders. This ongoing battle of wits and weaponry has set the stage for the latest and perhaps most volatile confrontation following Israel's attack on the Iranian embassy, a bold move that could potentially escalate into open conflict. As we delve deeper into the details of these interactions, it becomes clear just how precarious the balance of power is in this volatile region. Iran's next move in the shadow war. As we assess the current landscape following Israel's audacious strike on Iranian soil, it's crucial to evaluate Iran's next potential moves and the rationale behind them. Iran, feeling the sting of this recent provocation, now faces a critical decision point: to retaliate or to refrain. The calculus of such a decision is intricate, encompassing military strategy, political pressures, and the potential for international repercussions. Iran might choose a direct military response, which could involve missile strikes or mobilizations along its borders. Alternatively, they could escalate their cyber warfare efforts, targeting Israeli infrastructure in a less visible yet profoundly disruptive manner. Meanwhile, Israel remains on high alert, bolstering its defenses and preparing for possible scenarios that range from limited skirmishes to full-scale warfare. The Israeli government must also consider the international diplomatic fallout that could result from further escalations, potentially affecting its relationships with key allies. At this junction, both nations are undoubtedly weighing their options with a mixture of caution and readiness, knowing that the eyes of the world, and possibly the balance of regional power, are focused squarely on their next move. This segment will continue to explore how these strategic decisions are being shaped by past conflicts, current capabilities, and the overarching goals of each nation. Experts decode Iran-Israel tensions. In seeking to understand the potential outcomes of the escalating tensions between Iran and Israel, we turn to experts in military strategy, international relations, and Middle Eastern affairs. These specialists provide a variety of perspectives that help illuminate the complexities of the situation. Dr. Emily Rogers, a former military analyst with expertise in Middle Eastern geopolitics, suggests that Iran's response might be measured and delayed, aiming to avoid a full-scale confrontation while demonstrating capability and resolve. On the other hand, Professor John Malik, an expert in international diplomacy, argues that Iran could use this opportunity to strengthen its regional alliances, potentially coordinating with proxy groups to exert pressure on Israel indirectly. From Israel's perspective, General Ret David Cohen, with decades of experience in Israeli defense strategy, emphasizes that Israel must remain vigilant. He notes that the Israeli military is likely to continue its aggressive stance on intelligence gathering and preemptive strikes to thwart any further escalation. Meanwhile, Sarah al-Hamadi, a journalist specializing in Iranian politics, points out that domestic pressures and public opinion in Iran could drive a quicker and more forceful retaliation than what might be strategically advisable. Together, these expert insights paint a picture of a high-stakes chess game, where each move is calculated to shift the balance of power without tipping the region into chaos. Scenarios that could change the Middle East forever. As we contemplate the future trajectory of this precarious situation between Iran and Israel, several potential outcomes emerge, each carrying its own set of consequences. The best-case scenario would involve diplomatic intervention, perhaps led by international powers or regional mediators, which could de-escalate tensions and lead to negotiations. Such a resolution would stabilize the region temporarily and could pave the way for longer-term peace discussions. Conversely, the worst-case scenario might see a retaliatory strike by Iran, leading to a rapid escalation into open conflict. This could draw in regional allies and possibly global powers, turning a bilateral conflict into a broader regional war with devastating humanitarian and economic impacts. Additionally, there is the possibility of a prolonged Cold War-like scenario, where neither side escalates to full-scale war but continues to engage in proxy battles, cyber warfare, and political maneuvering. This could lead to a sustained period of instability in the region, affecting global oil markets, international security policies, and the safety of civilian populations across the Middle East. Each of these outcomes not only affects the immediate security of Iran and Israel, but also has far-reaching implications for global peace and the geopolitical landscape. Navigating through crisis. As we delve into these complex geopolitical issues, your insights and opinions are invaluable to us. What do you think are the best steps for the international community in response to these heightened tensions? How should global powers intervene, if at all, to prevent further escalation? Please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Engage with us by liking and sharing this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis on issues that matter, but are often overlooked by mainstream media. To conclude, the situation between Iran and Israel remains fluid and fraught, with potential for both conflict and resolution. As we've explored today, the outcomes could range widely, each with significant implications for regional stability and global peace. Remember, understanding these dynamics is crucial as they affect not just the nations directly involved, but also the broader international order. Thank you for watching, and please continue to support our efforts to bring you transparent, in-depth analyses of the world's most pressing issues. Geoland is a channel dedicated to providing exclusive content that delves deep into the truth behind global events, truths often shunned by mainstream media. Our mission is to offer a clearer, unbiased perspective that empowers you to understand and question the world around us. This channel thrives on anonymity to protect the integrity of our content and our contributors from external pressures. Every view, like, and share helps us grow and improve, ensuring that the truth reaches as many people as possible. Join us on this journey to uncover and share real stories by subscribing to Geoland, Your support is not just appreciated, it's essential.